Welcome to our podcast today. Today we have Linda MacDonald Glenn, faculty member professor from the University of California, Santa Cruz, Crown College. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you, James. It's a pleasure to be here.
Linda, there's a very topical topic these days is around ethics and technology. And we're seeing that technology is advancing at such a pace that it has the ability to be very invasive in terms of our privacy. There is autonomous vehicles out there. There is artificial intelligence, which is able to understand us perhaps better than we are ourselves. Social media companies are able to fuse together not only the data that we explicitly give them, but all sorts of other data. They're able to make inferences based on our behavior in terms of who we are. And this collection of data, this potential for decisions to be made by machines is something that I'm seeing in many of the MBA classes that I talk to in many of the different areas, everything from healthcare to mining. They're all concerned with decision making and data privacy issues. And that raises the whole society issue of whether technology should shape society or society should shape technology. And I know that you spent a lot of time thinking about this area as well. And what are some of the concerns that you're seeing going forward with technology's capability to do things that we may not really think are ethical, or that we may not be really aware of what they can do?
That's a great question, James. And let me just explain, too, that Crown College at UC Santa Cruz has a long history of considering the ethical, legal, social, and political implications of emerging technologies. And we're in the process of starting an Institute for Applied Ethics and Emerging Technologies there to tackle some of these questions. Our hope is not only to educate future business leaders, but to make decisions in an ethical manner with ethical considerations, but also to work with tech companies to help them understand and consider the ethical, legal, social, and political implications of their inventions. And one of the first ones that you mentioned was the whole data privacy of your data issue. And I'm working on an article with a colleague at California State University, Monterey Bay, in data mining. Who is it that gathers this information, how it's gathered, to whom it's sold? Do people even realize what is being tracked about them? And more importantly, I'm not sure people are aware that the same companies that buy your data, that gather, well, there are companies that gather your data, and then there are companies that sell your data. And that the companies that buy the data also have programs, you'll see them advertised on TV, saying, oh, would you like to have your private data protected? We can do so for a modest monthly fee. Now, having grown up in New Jersey, this sounds a bit like, forget about it. It sounds a bit like a racket. It would be a real shame if something were to happen to your data. So regulations don't necessarily, well, regulations have actually been loosened in the last few years in terms of data privacy collection and sales. Even though there have been reports from various government entities that suggest these need to be tightened, not relaxed, because most people don't even know what sort of data they are giving up. And really, it doesn't seem right that you can have one company or saying, "Oh yes, we'll buy that data," and then on the other hand, saying, "But we can protect it for a small, or for a modest price." That's smacks of extortion. So that's just one of the many areas that we're hoping to discuss and to cover. Another area is the artificial intelligence. And boy, the whole issue of artificial intelligence and replacement of jobs, and what does it mean for the future of work? And are we risking the creation of a useless class, individuals who may be able to receive money but don't necessarily feel that they have meaning or purpose? One of the reasons people work is not, well, often it is just to get the money, okay, but sometimes I think most people feel like they have to in order for their lives to be fulfilled, that they need some sort of meaning and purpose. Now, before this podcast,